Then we have requirements of a distributed system. Well, in the next lecture, we will be talking about this in a mm, broad manner. So, scalability, it needs to be able to handle a load, and even when you add devices, that scalability should be there. Then when it comes to openness, you need to be able to change or even extend uh, this system. Okay, and heterogeneity, we talked about it earlier. So there's a support for different types of devices or programs or things like that. Resource sharing, we mentioned that as well when it came to distributed computing. We said that they share resources and information, and that itself helps them carry out tasks or functions that none could carry out alone. Finally, fault tolerance. So here a function is correctly carried out even if an error occurs during the execution. Okay, so well, those are sometimes hard to manage because of their features. However, they are flexible. Okay. Right. So we will be talking about these in detail in the future lectures. So apart from the things in the slide set, what we discussed in addition to that today was about transparency, about the providers and all, and then the 8 elements in the middleware uh, basic structure. So these 4 are enough to carry out the function. These are for performance and stuff. And then we came to talk about RPC, which is a type of middleware. We said that certain things are hidden, and we spoke about 4 terms: marshalling, unmarshalling, stub, skeleton. You will come across these terms in the future lectures as well, so keep them in mind. Marshalling means you assemble data in a way suitable to be transmitted. Unmarshalling means you deassemble them. These 2 operations are carried out by the stub and the skeleton. Stub is present in the client, other in the server, and those are generated by the IDL. So don't get confused with RPC and what we discussed. As an example, we talked about C programming and what we include in the header file. We said it is not an RPC. Why? Because there's an additional operation which happens here in RPC, which is the creation of these 2 people. Okay. So this is the basic structure of RPC. And then we discussed an example for marshalling, unmarshalling, and thereafter this is the RPC model, which is explained in this slide as well. This one, the communication, how the communication happens between the 2 sides, the client and the server. So that is the basic model, how it happens. So first the client calls the local stub procedure and the parameters will be marshaled, and thereafter the kernel will pass the message to the other side, and then the server skeleton will unmarshal the message, then execute the procedure. Once the procedure is complete, the return parameters will come back through the network to the client again, so that the client can unmarshal and get the message back. Okay. And then we spoke about finally an example scenario where we used an object request broker middleware so that we could come up with a 3-tier structure where communication happens with the use of an orb, stubs, and skeletons. Okay. Right. That is it for this lecture. I will be uploading the recording and the slide set and everything to the VLE. In the next lecture, we will be talking about distributed systems in detail and their features and etc. I hope you got a basic understanding, not a basic actually. I hope you got an understanding of middleware and RPC and stuff. So I'll see you in the next lecture.